there with the viewers. This is the SkyTrain to the airport. Let's see if we can find a seat. I think we can find a seat over here. Excellent. So, looking at a window seat. So let me shout out to our Twitter friends. It's a rainy day. What?
This train is for YVR Airport.
I forgot to put it on the side.
What?
My suitcase just flew back here.
Oh, I didn't see that. It was very quiet suitcase. So I haven't done much in Vancouver today, but I have taken the public transit and I have a day pass. So it allowed me to go just about anywhere, including taking this train. So this section is above ground, which is quite scenic. I actually prefer to the underground. Good afternoon, Chris. Yes, I was at a loss. I did not know what was going on. I thought she had missed her stop or something, and yeah, it took several seconds before. It's cold in Vancouver today. But I did the best of it. Basically, I saw some food courts. Wow, you've seen one food court, you've seen them all, right? Although I did buy Jugo juice.
The next station is Templeton. Exit here for YVR Airport parking.
Yeah, don't need the parking. So I bought a Jugo juice and had it on the subway about 3/4 the way here. And then the subway forks. And so you had to, where I took it, every other train comes on at a different fork. And the one that we're on now goes to the airport. So that's what we're doing. We're heading back a bit early because it's about 20 to 6 and I'm just too sleepy to be tackling this miserable weather. Yes, apparently you are in the future.
This train is for YVR Airport.
I guess YVR, all Canadian airports begin with a Y, and VR is Vancouver, I guess VR for Vancouver. I don't know why Montreal got YUL. Doesn't make sense. But I guess it's that international body that decides who gets what. Yeah, I'm yawning. I have to stop doing that. That looks familiar.
The next station is Sea Island Center.
Oh no, that's not where we're going. But it looked familiar anyway. interesting tree. So they have a lot of totems at the airport. Some of them are reproduction, and some of them are fiberglass. The reproduction ones look better.
This train is for YVR Airport.
That's where we're going. So maybe I will fall asleep. Oh, I got a bulkhead. I got a bulkhead seat. Luckily, I was quick enough to ask. Well, I had to do it at the kiosk. And there were 3 seats that were unspoken for. One of them was like a aisle seat on the bulkhead. So apparently, wait a minute. If you're near an exit, you're supposed to. On the Japan airline, they gave me a bulkhead, but near the exit, and I'm supposed to help out in case there's an emergency. And I'm supposed to. Well, there's a thing that says I've agreed to it. And so it's kind of interesting wording. I've never seen that based on a seating arrangement, but it makes sense if you're sitting right next to the emergency exit. You can be called upon, given instructions and then follow them to the letter, or else you'll be in trouble. So, yeah, let's have. So it's starting to feel like Canada. Yeah, not in any hurry. I'm not in any hurry.
The next station is Terminus Station, YVR Airport.
Here we are. So we're gonna see what the signal is like once we're in the airport. But, well, for me, basically, I can't recall exactly. Yeah, I go through a tunnel system, and then I either have to take. Oh, I need the card. I need to feed. This is the card you give the machine. Okie dokie do. Yeah, and we head down this way. Now what's nice is you see all these people with their luggage, and you see me with just my day bag. It is cold. Not liking it. I want to go back to Asia. Send for me when it thaws. So then I think I have to take an elevator down, and that's where the luggage storage place is. That's where I can get my rucksack. And then I have my boarding pass, but I don't need it right away. But at some point I'm going to migrate to the security check, and then go in the waiting area. So maybe what I'll do is I'll check around the non-checked area, see what there is in the airport. But right now I want to go somewhere warm, because just this little walk here, because this is open air on either side. So yeah, I'm shivering in my down jacket, because I didn't think I would need an extra shirt or something, and I was wrong. Also, I would need gloves. You'd need gloves for a day like today. Nope, I refuse. I'm just keeping a state of mind. Nope, I'm not going to acclimatize I'm just gonna pretend it's not there. I can feel warm air. Yes, yes, yes. Civilization. Warm air is on these sides of the doors. Oh God. Thank God. Okay, how's the signal? Ah, there's a friendly elevator. Let's go down to the basement. So you know what? I'm not going to use up. Well, I'm just going to give you a view. So this is a. It looks like a fiberglass copy. And outdoors there are some really beautiful, you know, made out of like a single. I'm not sure what tree they use, but they're quite nice, the ones that are outdoors, even if they are more recent reproductions, but they're, you know, they're meant to mirror or what was, because all of these are clans, you know, or they're specific to to a specific clan, and that's all I know. There's a lot more to it, and I don't know anything other than that. It's pretty interesting, and it's quite imposing, you know, with that that wingspan at the very top. Signal's not bad, yeah, because I haven't gone far, and this is a huge atrium, but you see it's like a Faraday cage. It's all metal tubing, and you would think it would impede. Ah, look, there's also some. So I really love the decorations that they have. Their culture is very rich here. I believe it's Haida, but I don't know if Haida Indian is the only dominant cultural source. They might have other, you know, ethnicities or tribes that also have strong iconography. Who's to say? I guess I'd have to spend more time here and peruse UBC, because they're probably the authority on all things West Coast. So, there's a little kiosk. There was a lady there, and I thought maybe she worked there, but who knows? Maybe it's for people. Oh no, there's nothing here. I thought it was an iPad. Sky Talk. Not that curious. Oh look, this is nice. You know what I like about this? There's nobody around. That's what I like about it. There's nobody like breathing down your neck. So I am, I can't remember what my, well, it would be to Montreal, right? So it would be much later today. It might not even be on the board yet. Wait, it would be 23, no, 23, yeah, 23:15. Don't see it on the board yet. There it is, 23:15. So why don't I do a screen cap? AC 314. And it's gate C43. Excellent. Yes, you saw it. Middle of the bottom screen. Yeah. Yes, I saw it after, I guess you did. And because of the delay, you probably saw it way before I did. And that's okay. I'm not in a competition. I'll take wherever it comes from wherever it comes. Oh, I like this suspended, kind of like, who knows? It looks like waves, like inverted sea waves from the ceiling. And you've got like foam green over there, and then it goes into other blues. So it does have a certain sea quality to it. Okay. Yeah, this is about my extent of what I've been able to achieve in Vancouver. It was a lot more than just hanging out in the airport, I have to say. But also the Canadians are different in the way that, you know, maybe Torontonians as a collective are different than Montrealers as a collective, that are different from Halifaxonians. So what I'm saying, but I noticed a lot of homeless people. Well, I mean, relatively a lot, and people that are, let's say, well, I don't want to say. How's that? I don't want to say, but yeah, you know, there's not everybody's like doing well here, but there's a lot of people, and they're all speaking English. That's an interesting thing. I mean, you might get the occasional different language between two people that are, you know, either on a public transit or walking down a corridor or something like that. But other than that, most conversations are occurring in a particular English. So that kind of sticks out to me in that regard. But apart from that, yeah, there's everything about this place does have a Canadian feel to it. Yeah, and I'd love to come back and have a purpose here, you know, to be able to actually have to spend time here and then slowly let the vibe filter in as such. So, yeah, I probably would have regretted had I not made an effort to leave the airport and do stuff. But it, you know, it was not an onsen afternoon, that's for sure. I think I exceeded expectations with the fact that yesterday there was a very, 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 very good onsen, like spa thing within minutes of the airport. Very easily doable, plus the Wi-Fi was easily doable, plus the running around money. Yes, and well, that, but yeah, I mean, and the thing is that, you know, English is also spoken as a second language in certain parts of touristic Vietnam. But you will also get people that are, you know, Russian or French or Quebecois that are, you know, either going milling about in front of an ATM or doing something, you know, or standing in front of a shop. So there's that too, because there are a lot of different types of nationalities milling about in Vietnam. But what I mean is that Vancouver really seems homogeneous in terms of, you know, the culture and language that people speak. The thing that doesn't seem homogeneous is the disparity between the hard-up Vancouverites and the working type Vancouverites, and I don't know what other kind of distinction you make, but the ones that you see just about in all of the, you know, the entrances of food courts or shopping centers and stuff are the hard up ones, and that certainly sticks out. You know what I'm not gonna miss? Seeing things like this. This is one very welcome thing that I will not have to even look at. If I never see other luggage on the wheels again for at least 8 months, I'll be okay. God, I hate luggage. I hate all of I hate the sound of those wheels. And like that thing, that girl's luggage almost ran away from her on the train. And I guess she was really like, oh my God, where's it gonna stop, you know? That's why she was so surprised. A sneaky little bugger, and they sometimes glitch on you at the worst possible moments. Yeah, I'm not gonna miss luggage for quite a while, but you know, I was thinking it's probably not a bad idea. I don't think there are any pests in my luggage. But you remember like a couple of years back where people were traveling and they'd be placed in New York and they would bring back bed bugs and or other things. There is a way to ensure, let's say like what's in the luggage I don't necessarily need per se. And you could take it like from your transport and then put it in your bathtub, like your whole valise, and leave it in there. So if there are any little bugs, the likelihood that they'll be able to climb up the porcelain, not very, And if you were really paranoid, you could like bug spray. You put it in your bathtub and then you bug spray the outside of it. So if any are hiding in your luggage and waiting to get out, they're gonna get a little dose of bug spray. That's one paranoid way of doing it. Another smart way of doing it is taking your luggage and putting it in a very cold space, like let's say the trunk of your car. Let's say you bag it and you seal it and you put it in the trunk of your car and you got like minus below something or other. But the trick is you take it out and you thaw it, like let's say in a vestibule with a ceramic floor, in the bag for a day, and then you put it back in the freezing conditions. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because there are certain bugs that have the ability to hibernate when they go into deep freeze, but they can only do it once. Their metabolism creates a substance called glycol, which does not allow their blood and organs to freeze. But once they thaw out, they can't reproduce that glycol making ability on a moment's notice. You've used it up for the first freeze. So you pretty well kill the bug and its ability to make eggs. And that's how you can protect like museum pieces without introducing like chemicals, like bug killing chemicals that really, if you don't need to put them there, why put them there? So it's just like a freeze, thaw, freeze technique that has proven effective for eggs and bugs. It has a mind of its own. Yeah, her valise. So the thing is that it might be like, maybe this time there are no, but if you do it on a regular basis, I mean, like whenever you have a protocol, assume that there are, then by doing these kind of things, because you don't really need what's in your luggage like tomorrow or the day after. If you just like take a few days to do, and if you do carefully take stuff out, like figure out a way to quarantine it so that it doesn't end up milling with your regular home that was, didn't have anything. I'm just saying that's probably what I should do. I should like bathtub my valise, maybe remove something that I need out of it, and then everything gets wiped down or something with alcohol cloth, and then like the clothes part can be put in, because it's still cold out, right? There's still a potential for getting like minus something for a few days. And then what I told you, freeze thaw is a non-pesticide way of getting rid of potential pests. And nothing's going to happen to your stuff if you freeze and thaw it. So you're not going to harm anything. Hey, Nickster. So we're in the Vancouver airport. Look, there's a nice Haida fiberglass Thunderbird. I think that's a Thunderbird, if I'm not mistaken. I love this atrium, by the way. Apparently the signal's good here. And yeah, I'm kind of it's so cold in here in Vancouver. I'm so surprised how cold it was. This is not warm enough, and in fact, I'm gonna have to go digging. Once I arrive in Montreal, I'm gonna dig for my pullover sweater and put it underneath it, because I'll be taking the shuttle bus and then taking an Uber from where the shuttle bus drops me off. And so if I'm outside for 5 minutes, I don't want to be all that and a bag of chips. You're okay, you're very with YVR. Okay, well, I was not expecting it to be this cold, so but So I did manage to go down to the waterfront station, and then there's no walking around because it was drizzly and cold, so I kind of stayed underground with the food courts and ate some stuff, drank some stuff, and I decided to head back. What time do you land? That's a good question. It's on my other phone. I think it's in the wee hours of the morning. It's like 5-ish or 6-ish. Let me check. Let me check. Because I did a... Where are we? Where are we? Albums, recents. There you go. $7 a.m. That's actually not a bad hour. I thought it was like a lot earlier, but 7 a.m. So it's the shuttle. The shuttle that it's only $11, right? So, and then it leaves you off at Lionel Grew, and from Lionel Grew I can hire a Uber for a really short ride. It's a perfect system. It doesn't bother anybody. You say, "Oh, can you please pick me up from the airport? I'm arriving at 5 in the morning." So yeah, it's like you're out of there, and generally there's like a shuttle every half hour starting in the morning. In the evenings, and then it slows down to 1 an hour, so you have to know your timing a little better. But yeah, it's pretty. I mean, I even have, the shuttle requires you give them exact change. I even have a little Ziploc baggie with a 10 and a loonie. Yes, he leaves at 11. That's right. I leave in the past, and I head towards the future. So that really messes with my mind, and I don't need to figure out where all those hours go. Just know that I leave at 11, but I arrive at 7. So it almost feels like it's taking a long time to get to Montreal. Yeah, Canada. Hey, Mandel, how's it going? Marcus. So, yeah, I've run out of excuses. I can't stall anymore. They found me. They're already texting me and saying, "Oh yeah, I hope you had a marvelous time, and yeah, guess what? I want to see you soon." Okay. But I know I'm going to be jet lagged, so I'm picturing myself horizontal all day tomorrow, and I'm hoping that I don't have any unforeseen surprises when I get home, because you never know. When you're gone for that long, you have an expectation that everything will be as you left it. But something happened to my modem, my home modem, and it never got reset. And that's like, there's nothing you can do about, well, why did my modem not reset itself? Until you actually show up and say, well, okay, you have to turn it on and off or something. So I had this unanswered question as to what went on with my modem while I was away. I'll call me at noon. Okay. Yeah, that'll give me enough time to get 4 hours is generally what I need, and then I can do a little bit of stuff for a couple of hours, and then I grab another couple of hours of zuzzing. It might seem like but it's really only, yes, exactly, Chris. See, when you put it like that, it sounds reasonable. But it does kind of look like, wait a minute, why is it taking 7.5 hours to cross the country? but you're moving in time zones, and that's how it works out. So yeah, I'm way early. It's 11:15 is quite a ways. But by the way, you just said you're very familiar with. Is there like a massage chair or something? Like there's like sometimes they have them in 3s or 4s. Is there like a lounge that's like, there's a lounge that, forget about it, you don't want to spend that kind of money just to spend a few minutes. But there are lounges and then there are lounges. Who are you flying with? Nobody. I'm flying with nobody. I'm flying with myself. Oh, you mean Air Canada? Air Canada was slated to take me out of Montreal when we started, and then snow in Vancouver on the 21st of December had other plans, so they canceled that. And then I was rebooked on an Air Qatar flight out of Montreal, but heading across Europe over to Doha, as opposed to Montreal, Vancouver, then Japan. So it was Hanoi to Japan, 12 hours in Japan, and then Japan to Vancouver, 12 hours in Vancouver, and Vancouver to Montreal. And I'll be there at 7-ish tomorrow. COVID took the chairs. What? Marcus? I'm not sure. Oh, wait, all the chairs are gone since COVID. Back to the Future. I'm not sure what that means. But, oh, you mean that there were chairs here? And COVID took them? Possibly. Oh, you mean the massage chairs. Okay, I was talking about massage chairs. But I've seen them in Hanoi. And like everywhere in Asia, everyone's wearing masks. Luckily, here in Canada, no more masks. But I think they do require you on flights to wear masks still. Because the flight from Japan to here, people were masked, and then as the closer we got to Canada, except for the Asian people, they still wear masks. But the non-Asian people, or some East Asian people and other non-Asian people, got relaxed with the masks. Release the massage chairs. Yeah, well, I haven't seen any here. But you know what I like? Well, maybe it's the time of day, but I like the fact that it's not swarming with people. And yeah, I was looking at a pile of luggage just a little while ago when Chris was here, and I was saying, yeah, I'm not gonna miss looking at piles and piles of luggage. That's definitely something I don't want to have to see for quite a while. But yeah, yes, Nick, you were saying you're familiar with, so I was hoping you could say, well, I've got a couple of hours to kill. So what would you do? What would Nick do if he had a couple of hours? Yes, bring them out of storage. What would Nick do if he had a couple of hours to kill? Oh, look at this. This looks like heavy machinery. Yeah, let's play with the heavy machinery. This looks like a well-maintained work tool. Yes. Oh, it's like a thing with the little arms so that it won't tip over. The Light Lift LL. Well. Yes. I could certainly have fun with one of these. I didn't realize there was a staffer this is the keypad where they let themselves in, but yeah, we can look, but we won't touch. You would go to a bar and have a drink or a pint. I would get dehydrated if I had a jugo juice, like a mango thing, and I'm feeling thirsty with having just finished one of those. So I know if I had any kind of alcohol, I would be even thirstier. Time aboard for. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's we gotta dust the thing, right? It's like this maintenance, the dusting part, because there's not a lot of dust here. Well, here, well, actually, I spoke too soon, but you see on the top of the cylinder right here, that you can see somebody's hand marks because they haven't dusted it in a while. So yeah, all the cables have dust, so they gotta be put on the schedule. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, there's the atrium, I guess. The atrium without trees. See, this is the difference between Asia and Vietnam. They would have all kinds of living trees in there. Here, there's not a single living thing. But it still feels nice. But it would feel much nicer if it had actual living plants in there. An Air Canada plane. I don't know what the fleet Air Canada has, but you know, they got planes, I guess. The Air Japan, Japan Airlines. I like how they take off. They just like go from fast and level to in the air within like 2 seconds. So I don't know if Air Canada has similar planes, but and they also kind of land interestingly. Well, they land pretty quickly as opposed to like the Japan Airlines. That you have an older fleet, and so there's a lot more rumbling and a lot more, you know, shaking and stuff. Air Canada is good. Well, compared to other airlines like Air Qatar and other airlines like, you know, well, Japan Airlines, I would say I prefer them to Air Canada. But if you say they're good, I'll take it. I haven't been on an Air Canada flight. I'm trying to remember the last time. It might have been actually, it might have been when I came back from Burma in 2005. There was an Air Canada flight leg. It was also like they partnered with Japan Airlines. So the Canadian part was Air Canada, and the Asian part was Japan Airlines. So yeah, look at all that luggage. I am not going to miss seeing things like that. When I saw that, I realized, oh yeah, I really hate luggage. And I'm not going to miss it. That's the one part of traveling I'm not going to miss. So I am going to find a quiet place to either have a very light meal or maybe a beer, as Marcus said, sit in a bar someplace, or maybe just hydrate. But I gotta get my well, maybe I'll wander before I go and get my I've got my messenger that's dinging me. It's probably some advertisements or something, and I shouldn't even look because nobody should be bothering me at this juncture. You just texted you an Air Canada lounge. Ah, thank you. What? A lounge pass? Read your second text. You mean on Twitter? I can do that on my other phone. Or I can, maybe you did it on my messenger. Oh, that's you. Duh, that's the Nixter. Oh, I was thinking, oh, we're not even going to look at that. Oh, it's got a QR code. Well, hey, you know, it's great having friends on smartphones. Go to the lounge and relax. That's a great idea. Well, or domestic or U.S. It's transferable, so you can give it to your friends. Wow. Well, Nick. Okay. Oh, you're not sure if it's used, but yeah, I'll just try. I'll try. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen capture it in case something happens to my signal. And then I'm going to, there we go. I'll let you know what happens, Nick. Yes, Nickster to the rescue. So, find a lounge. Download the past PDF and share it with our website. You know what I can do is I can, when I heckle down from this one or prism down, I'll use the camera and then I'll scan the code and it'll give me the app, and then I'll have it on the other phone, my better one. And yeah, Nick, thanks a heap. I'll let you know if it gets me, because I could certainly give my my upper legs something of a rest. And you know, they have like a lie down thing. They have a shower, for crying out loud, in those lounges. I could have a fucking shower. That would be nice, because it's fucking miserable outside. You might have others. Well, okay, we'll see what happens. And you know, it's always better having a plan, and then you have to modify the plan, because they never always. Yeah. Well, like I said, if it turns out, I'll let you know what happened. Well, yeah, you like a chair massage, because I don't think they have masseuse. Well, the ones that we can't afford, they might have a masseuse. But I think with COVID, they probably are saying, no, you want the chair one? Because they can be like, alcoholed down or something. I don't know. I'd probably rather a real masseuse than a chair masseuse, if you're gonna splurge on something like that. So now I'm pacing like a bear, and I'm taking a lot of time, but I'm gonna give you, well, see, Nick doesn't need to see what Vancouver Port looks like, because he knows it very well. But you guys, you're gonna get a parting look, and I will give you a report of what happens, or what has happened, because we're still officially on vacation. Until we have wheels down in Montreal, I guess you could say we're still officially on vacation. Yeah, happy endings are extra dollars. But of course, you get what you pay for, Nick, right? Yeah, stop pacing. Well, I can't. That's the problem. I can't stop pacing. I have to keep, like a shark. If they stop moving, they die. So I'm gonna have to stop broadcasting, and then I'll be able to stop moving. Or you'll see me. You won't see me moving. There you go. All right, guys. Well, it's always great hanging out with you guys. And hopefully, who knows what'll happen between now and then. Anyway, thanks for coming in, and yeah, we'll see you in a while. Bye for now.